Hello everyone, welcome to this new tutorial by DataSense. Today we have something very interesting to learn. We will be learning three main forecasting techniques in Excel. So, what do we have today? We have a sales data of a company for 11 months of the year. If you see from January to November, we have the sale data of a company and our goal is to predict the sale in the month of December, right? For example, if we see in the chart, we have a trending line and we want to predict what is the value of this particular line at the month of December. So we will be doing it using three methods. One is moving average, second is exponential smoothing, and third is regression analysis. So tune into this video to watch the full tutorial and have a proper understanding and subscribe to our channel. So let's start finding it using the first method, which is moving average. So let's understand the concept of moving average theoretically. For example, we have the data set here. We have number of points from January to December. Now, our first step is to choose a moving average interval. The most common interval chosen is 3. So what we will do is we will take the first 3 data points here and we will take the average of them. So 120, 135 and 50. The average of this comes out to be this 135. Now as next step, we will take the average of next 3 points, which is 135, 150 and 140. And it will somewhere come out to be here. Similarly, we will keep taking the average of every 3 consecutive points till we reach here and we have a value for December. Now, once we get the average value for December, we can calculate the expected value for December by subtracting October and November from that. So, just summarizing the steps. The step 1 is choose a moving average interval. The most common interval used in data analytics is 3. The second point is calculate the average at each data point. And the third point is using the average value, calculate the exact value for December. So let's find it out how to do that. Now, we will, for January and February, our moving average will be 0 because we don't have 3 data prior to them. Now, our data will start from the month of March. We will take the average of the 3 months. So we will take the average of the last 3 months here, including March, and we have 135 here. And now we will just drag this value to the end, right? And we have got the value of 202.5 average for December. So we will just place it here. The average for the month of December is 202.5. Now we have sales in October, we have sales in November. So what will be the sale in December? We have the average of these 3 values to be 202.5. So we can calculate the value of December, and that will be 3 into moving average minus sales in October minus sales in November. So how we will do it? This is equal to 3 into 202.5, that is this value, minus sales in October minus sales in November. And this will give me the exact expected value, which is 202.5. By chance, this is equal to the moving average here, but it is not going to be always. So the expected value here is 202.5, and we see our graph changing like here. Now we have the trend of the graph moving like this. So this was the first method, moving average. Now let's talk about the method 2, that is exponential smoothing or time series forecasting. This is little bit complex to understand, so pay full attention to this particular concept. Now, to start with the exponential smoothing, the step 1 is to choose the value of alpha. Alpha is called the smoothing factor and its value varies between 0 to 1. For most of the cases, it is between 0.2 and 0.3, and we test various values of forecast by changing the values of alpha. Here, I am starting with the value 0.2. The step 2 is to set an initial forecast. So for here, I will set an initial forecast that is equal to actual sales in the January, and I will keep it as 0. Now the step 3 is apply exponential smoothing formula. So let's understand the exponential smoothing formula. What we will do, we will open the 2 brackets. The first step here, it is to use the recent month sale multiplied by the smoothing factor, which is this. Now we will add the next factor, that is 1 minus alpha multiplied by the previous month forecast. For example, here it was 120, right? And we are just going to close it. So we got 123. Now our next step is to just put the lock. We need to lock this cell D4 because our alpha is fixed. So we'll lock the value of D4 here, and we got 123. Now we will drag this value till November because we don't have the value for December. So we will drag this value till the month of November, and we got 177.11. Now the last value for November, that will be my forecasted value for December. So this particular value will become equal to 177.11. And if we see, so this is the value 177.11 will be my forecast for the month of December, and it is because it is following a trend line of increasing and decreasing, and that's how we calculate. Now what we will do, we will change the values of alpha at various stages and check which value is coming to be more closer. For example, let's change the value of alpha from 0.2 to 0.25, and we see that our forecast becomes 183, right? And let's say we were comparing our forecast in this chart, and we see that it is coming close. Now let's try for another value. Let's keep it as 0.3, right? And we see that our value has come more closer to what we expected, and we can further increase it up to 0.4 as well. And it's something that we want to do, and the forecast will totally depend upon our assumption of alpha. So this is the second method, that is called exponential smoothing. It totally depends upon the value of alpha that you take and the estimated error that you are about to take in the example. So now we will move to the third concept. Now the step 3 of this forecasting technique is called regression analysis, and it's a very widely used method. So how do we do that? The step 1 is we select the data which is available to us. For example, we have data available till November. We will select this data, we'll go to insert, and we'll insert a scatter plot. So we see a scatter plot for each of the month, like for month 1, 2, 3 up to month 11 we have the values. So what do we do now? We'll do a right click and insert a trend, add trend line, and right now we will select a linear regression, but we can select any of the regression that we want, and we'll click this method display equation on the chart. So what equation do we have here? Y is equal to 8.4545x plus 114.27. What is x here? X is the month. X is the month. For example, January is first month, February is second month, and so on. Now we want to calculate the value for December. So December, the value of x here will be 12. So how I'm going to put the formula is December forecast. I'll put the formula here. It is equal to 8.4545 into x. The value of x is here 12 plus 114.27, and I will get the value of regression to be 215.724, and this is my estimated predicted value for the sales. So we used three methods. We used three methods today. The first was moving average, second was exponential smoothing, and third was linear regression. The expected values that we got for each of them are 202.5. For smoothing we got 188.9, and for linear regression we got 215.724. So which value you think is more closest, and which method you think is more accurate when it comes to forecasting values? So I hope you guys learned something new today. If you understand it, please like the video, share among your friends, and wait for the next video where we'll come up with a new tutorial. Till then, enjoy and happy learning.